ladies and gentlemen, it is so visible when you look at the witch hunt that Kenya Kwanza government is having towards the budget controller, that is Margaret Nyakang'o. When you listen to Sylvanus Osoro, who is the majority whip in the National Assembly, is coming out to release a statement that is leaving us having question marks. It is so simple, as Sylvanus Osoro is coming out to say that they are going to remove Margaret Nyakang'o through Parliament. It is so evidential that these people are seriously against Margaret Nyakang'o. And the arrest was well planned, and also, of course, they're having the outcome that must come out from Margaret Nyakang'o. Sylvanus Osoro is coming out to say that them in the National Assembly, they're going to ensure that Margaret Nyakang'o is not going to be the budget controller in the Republic of Kenya. When you listen to Kimani Ichung'wah, the same thing, that whatever Sylvanus Osoro is saying is the same thing Kimani Ichung'wah is saying. It is so simple. These people understand very well. They have the majority in the House and they believe they can do whatever they can do. So those who are saying that Margaret Nyakang'o is being questioned about what she did earlier on 2016, where that time she was not the budget controller, she was leading a certain sector, but not the budget controlling office. But now I want you to listen to Sylvanus Osoro and Kimani Ichung'wah.
Would have lenses that have nothing to do with the performance of our duties as controller of budget. And all this is happening when the head of state, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, is out of the country. Clearly, when a holder of an independent office who constitutionally requires to be removed before being arraigned is attacked at a time when the country is struggling.
She basically came out and said the store has been broken into and the money is being taken. She said it. You guys are members of the media. So you had her say so. The consolidated fund is now easy accessibly available. The controller of budgets has no access to it. What we are talking about is that people who are doing their jobs are now being victimized and are now being taken to court. In fact, some of us who are critics of the government are expecting to be taken to court. Can they hurry up and come and get some of us quickly? Because we are not going to stop this nonsense. We will talk about the issues, we will raise them. Madam Nyakang'o has been saying it. We are mismanaging our finances and we are mismanaging our country in a very polite way. I called one of my friends who is in leadership in the House. And I told him, what is that nonsense I saw? That was last week. He told me, and he sent me a message. He said, tell her to stop talking too much. What do you mean to tell her to stop talking too much? Some of us talk too much. You can't stop me. That's the job I have.
Be reinstated if there is a kamkunchi which has been hatched somewhere to make sure that she goes. The other day when we were crying because of the exams and the dramas which were going around in our county, and especially the whole region of Kisii County.
Offices. There is absolutely nothing in the Constitution that says a holder of an independent office cannot be charged or is above the law. And the matters that Margaret Nyakang'o has been charged with in courts are out there in the public domain, are issues that came, or she's being accused of, issues that happened at a time she was not the controller of budget, way back in 2016, in some financial institution that she managed or ran. And there are complaints lodged. And therefore, when investigative Honorable Speaker, I hold a constitutional office as leader of majority. If at the time I was selling meat as a butcher in Kikuyu, I had certain improprieties, and Junet, who used to supply me with cows, complains that I never paid him or I took off with some of his money. Honorable Speaker, I am found culpable to be charged. I think those are matters we should leave before the courts, for the court to consider what evidence will be adduced by the DPP and the DPP's witnesses, and whatever defense Margaret Nyakang'o will mount in court. Because I agree with Honorable Chepkonga, it is one thing to read the Constitution and claim independence of the office, excluding us from reading the Article 6.
So this never left the Azimio minority side to come out and give their opinion. When you look at the opinion of Opiyo and I, who is the minority leader in the National Assembly, is coming out to say that this is just simply a well-planned game that is going to have a result. And of course, it has a purpose behind the scene. So when you look at these individuals coming out to accuse Margaret Nyakang'o, at the same time on the other side, you've seen of course, one tribe is being divided here, and that is Kisii. You find that certain leaders are mobilizing themselves defending Margaret Nyakang'o. And on the other hand, you'll find that there is a team from Kenya Kwanza that are supporting the witch hunt of Margaret Nyakang'o. So when you look at the minority leader, Opiyo and I, is coming out to say this.
That's why the controller budget was arrested. Some of us hold a strong view that she was being, of course, hounded out of office. She was being pursued for her strong stance against misuse of public funds. I will recall.
Mr. Speaker, and that is speculative.
Okay, but Mr. Speaker, I want to tell you, I want to bring to attention the fact that I happen to have sat in the National Dialogue Committee, which was co-chaired by none other than the leader of majority. Madam Margaret Nyakang'o came before us and made very, very serious allegations on how public funds are being misappropriated by people who are charged with the responsibility of managing public funds. We followed up that issue with the relevant officers, including the CS National Treasury. The only answer we got was that the matter has been referred to the Auditor General. And therefore, the public has got a reason to believe that perhaps the reason why she's being pursued or being hounded out of office is because of her strong stance against misuse of public funds. In any event, Mr. Speaker,
wind up. Be cautious of the fact that
yes,
this is a matter before court, and what you are saying now is likely
I will
to undermine the integrity of the case, including the defense of the person you are defending.
Okay, I'm well guided. But let me conclude, as I seek that you make a determination and issue a communication from your chairman, Mr. Speaker, allaying these fears that are out there, that office has somehow been incapacitated following the arrest and arraignment of the office holder yesterday. But finally, under the Constitution, I think Article 157, which creates the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and indeed generally under common law, a prosecution is undertaken after exercising certain discretion by those
saying tautologus.
Mr. Speaker, is this very important?
So for me, when I listened to Sylvanus Osoro, this was a clear indication that someone is behind throwing out Margaret Nyakang'o as the budget controller. Because during the dialogue committee, the budget controller came out exposing the government, saying that they are misusing and misappropriating the public fund. At the same time, these people, you find that their budget, a quarter of the budget, is misused. At the same time, you find that the government of the day always spend more money towards allowances as what it is intended for the budget is not what is being purported to. In other words, you find that something that was budgeted for is now diverted to another budget, which it is not on the budget. So the reality is, these people are kicking Margaret Nyakang'o as the budget controller, but because of just coming out to reveal that William Ruto's government is misusing the public resources, at the same time, they are using more money towards allowances. At the same time, a third of the budget is being misappropriated. So this is the reality that Sylvanus Osoro has come out to tell us through saying that they're going to impeach him, or rather they're going to, not him, her, they're going to remove her from the office through the parliament because they believe they have the majority in the National Assembly. So without any fear of contradiction, this just game and drama that you're seeing is simply clear that certain individuals who are looking forward to install their own persons in this job. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think?